Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Neighborhood Go-To Guy. Today we're going to be looking at a Stihl 042 AV. So what we're going to cover today is the path that the oil travels from an oil tank all the way down to the bar and chain, and where the obstruction might be or where the issue lies. Stay tuned. Now let's start from the obvious and work back. Assuming that you have oil in your tank, look down here at the bottom. It has a plus or minus, and if you turn it up to the plus, that's going to let more oil out. If you back it up, it's not. So make sure to try and turn this up first to see if the oil will work. And the tools needed today is a 1/8 Allen wrench, needle nose pliers, flathead screwdriver, something with a small tip to clean out a hole if we need it, and take the bolts off the cover. So let's go ahead and take these nuts off, take the cover off, and inspect the inside. Now if you're lucky, the problem might lie right here. This might be completely covered with sawdust here and over here, but I know this is clean and the oil should be coming out. Next, we're going to take the chain off and inspect the bar. Now we're inspecting the bar. You want to make sure these holes are clean, and especially this hole right here, okay? What that does is that allows the oil through and it lubricates the chain as it's spinning. So if you get gunk in here, you want to clean this out and run something through there where it's nice and clean so that the oil comes out here. Now if it's not coming out of that hole, we're going to take the muffler off, taking these two flatheads out and the 1/8 Allen bolts out from underneath. Before we pull our oil line, we want to make sure that the oil is drained out, or else it's going to come all out down here. And you want to take the cap off, that way it's not in the way. Go ahead and drain your oil. And when you're done draining, put the cap back on, that way no residual oil comes out while you're inspecting. Since this is loosened, we'll go ahead and take the muffler off and the bolts, and make sure you don't lose your gasket. From here, down at the bottom, we're going to pull out our oil line. It's got a rubber grommet down at the bottom, and it's attached here on the left. So go ahead and carefully pry that out and pull out your oil line. The other thing I want to point out is if your saw is leaking oil, it's probably because this line is going bad, and just replace it. I think it's like $10 at your Stihl dealer. So we're going to take this line off, we're going to disconnect it here, and very carefully pull this out from the bottom, and we'll get the oil line out. And once you loosen it up, go ahead and pull the whole line out. And what we'll do next is we'll inspect the fuel or the oil filter down here. This looks clean, but I'm going to pull this little plastic part off. And as you can see, this one's clean. But I want to take the line, and once you clean off the tip, if you're brave enough, just go ahead and blow through it. Yep, no obstruction in the line. So if the filter and the line's clean of obstructions, we got to go deeper on this side. Take this bolt out, take the cover off, and then clean all that dust out. And as you can see, there's no obstruction from the oil coming out, so we have to go a little bit deeper. So we're going to take these 5 screws out. Once you have the screws out, use this flathead to pop this off, and then we're going to take these pieces off. Just be careful, because this thing could go flying. When you remove that, go ahead and remove that in this section here. And be careful and remember where each piece goes. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that all back together like that. Once you do that, you can remove this cover. And what we're going to get at next is we're going to take this off, and underneath of it is the oil pump. What I do is I put a flathead screwdriver there and just kind of slowly pry it up, but remember it's plastic. If it doesn't go, spin it a little bit, and once you get into the right spot, it'll lift right out. It only takes light pressure, but once you get the right angle, this gear will pop right out. And now we're looking at the oil pump itself, so what we'll do is take these 3 screws out. Once you loosen the screws, push the chain brake forward, and that'll give us a little bit of clearance here to pull out the oil pump. And you can see right there, we've got a little bit of clearance right here, and we'll be able to pull the pump out now. Tilt it forward, pull it out. This port is clear. If it's not, what you do, or what I do, is I attach the line back on to this side right here, and then I'll blow it out, making sure there's no obstruction in there. It's keeping the oil to get into the oil.